Hey there, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a minute. I wanted to create a video. I'm starting a new series to really help those small businesses out there. So if you're a women, female founder, small business owner, men too, you'll get something from this as well. And you're making anywhere between like 250,000 plus, less than 5 million. If you're in that little bucket of revenue, I know you're going through some of these things. I know it's very hard these days to understand what you should be doing in marketing and how marketing can move and make you money. And it's been tough doing that. And I just want to mention, as a business owner, you're probably out there feeling a little crazy. You're not crazy. Marketing is really different right now. And if you are talking to, like, say you talk to an agency and they told you to, or a marketing person has told you to, like, try this, do this. Have you made systems with AI? Have you done these things? You're probably, your head is spinning. I know a lot of founders who are they're beyond exhausted. You've been exhausted for a long time, but now you're almost getting damn right angry about what's happening with marketing, about what's happening with your business. And that's the whole purpose of today's video. I really want to talk about why there's so much AI, so much marketing noise out there, that how can you win in this environment? You're trying to create more content, but have you seen the content out there? Have you seen it? Just go on YouTube. Look at some of these thumbnails, right? There's a lot of, I'm going to call it AI slop. There's so much of it now that has entered into the internet space that some of you may be feeling like, okay, I should be doing something. But all it's doing is creating lower engagement. People are not converting. They're looking at it like, what is this? We already have slow conversions anyway, slow sales anyway, just because of the nature of the economy that we're in. And the last thing you want to hear is all the noise about all this marketing noise that's being generated by those who are using AI in a very either sloppy or opportunistic way. You're not reaching the right people. It's kind of inconsistent. And then from there, you got so built into this AI, I got to get my system in place. You totally forget the ROI and what really matters for you and your business. There's a lot of tools out there that have especially exploded over the last 18 months. Everybody feels like, oh my gosh, I got to create content because now it's easier now. I need to create content. But that's just more noise, more stress on you because you feel like, gosh, I wasn't great at the beginning. And even with some of these tools, I still don't want to be great. I still don't want to be in front of the camera. But the problem isn't that marketing stopped working as much, but the environment has changed so much. People are now discerning. They see AI and now they're sort of, maybe not trusting in it. The algorithms are more crowded than ever, and everybody is overstimulated, right? You're overstimulated by everything that you see. It's so hard to make decisions because of everything that's coming at you all at once. The buyers nowadays are even more skeptical, and decision fatigue is everywhere. Back in the day, it was like, okay, you had so many different touch points during the day. Now you're bombarded. You got to really get a handle on this that's going to be comfortable for you and your business. And it all starts with, I hate to say it, you guys don't like to hear it, but it all starts with strategy. You've got so much coming at you and you have so much that you think you need to do with your business, but it starts with strategy. It starts with understanding the mind of the buyer. What are they thinking about? How that customer journey has changed so much. And then how do you market towards that? That's where strategy comes in. The execution environment has changed so much that you need to really sit back and see like what is strategically that you should be doing and what you just need to let go and not even bother thinking about. These playbooks that used to go out, they're so old now. They assume attention was scarce, but today, attention is so overwhelming. It's not about scarcity of attention. It's just everybody's overwhelmed. They're retreating. They don't even want to be in this space anymore. So some of the basic things that I would tell people to do, especially looking at the funnel, is that most small businesses, you have to increase awareness. And right now, because of AI, awareness is cheap. This is no longer, it's never been a option. It's mandatory. And it's cheap, and you need to do that. But guess what? Visibility alone is not an advantage anymore. Getting out there and being in front of everybody, that's not an advantage anymore. People can see you, but that's not going to help. Being anywhere and everywhere, it's not an advantage anymore. AI has dramatically lowered the bar in terms of creating content. Anybody can create content now. A 5-year-old can create some amazing content. So that's not really the bar anymore. You got to be able to do that. That's just basic. And if you're not doing that, you're literally on life support. Businesses can generate blogs. They can generate captions. They can create ads. They can do all that. You can get email sequences. You can do all this. Maybe you're still not doing it, but businesses are already doing this. You can create landing pages in minutes, right? But what's happening? The results requiring more content out there. People are doing it and not really discerning how they should do it. So there's less differentiation. There's more sameness. I mean, please take a look at some of these YouTube thumbnails. It's all kind of the same look, same type of behavior. Especially AI has just made it easier for people to just be sane, be basic. So AI has just created this basicness about it. It feels very repetitive. You see the same hooks, you see the same words, you see the same captions. If I hear that word clarity one more time, I think I'm going to pull my hair out. It's the same AI generated tone. If you're a lazy business owner, AI has kind of made you lazier, unfortunately, but you just got there faster. You have to make this strategic shift. It's before you wanted to be seen. Now it's different. Now you have to be memorable. It's not about being seen anymore. It's about being memorable. Here's what's happening today. And here's how the successful businesses are doing it. And success comes in a lot of ways. It's definitely sales, but it can be engagement. It can be people giving you their information. But businesses that are winning today often have these things. They have very strong opinions. They have a very clear message. There's definitely more personality that's coming out. And there's a stronger emotional connection. And they're going to be very specific. More businesses have to focus on those things now. You're going to have strong opinions. Using the word clarity, if I must. Clarity has become the new currency. People want to know specifically what you got. And there's so many different examples of this. It's like you could have a founder and you want to produce 40 pieces of content, but if the content's mediocre, the fact that I've posted 30 days in a row because AI has helped me. But if it's mediocre, who really cares? You have to have one clear message, one strong offer or service, and one recognizable positioning. I'm going to tell you, and I know people might not want to hear this, but right now, the one industry, the one area that's doing it really well and has always done it really well is politics. And I won't talk about it, right? Politics. There's always one strong message, one clear offer. Politic communication is a great way to look at like how to get your message out there. If you think back in time of some of the great politicians and their messaging, you will know that, okay, I know exactly what they stand for because they said it over and over and over again. They kept repeating it and everybody knew them by that catchphrase or that message. Everybody knows that, yes, we can, right? So politics is another great way to kind of look at how to really be more authentic. Now, I know politics and authenticity, those don't really kind of go together, but I'm just letting you know from a marketing standpoint, in terms of communications and getting who you are and your brand out there, you're going to have that one clear message, not 40 pieces of content just because you can. Because AI, everybody's doing that. If you really can think about your offer and you tell them that one thing, you may think that you're just repeating and people are like, oh, there she is again. But no, you're going to be memorable. Remember, you have to be memorable. People are going to have to come back and go, oh, yeah, I know you. Because everybody's getting bombarded by so many different things. You're going to have to focus on being memorable. And that is the game changer when it comes to utilizing these tools or coming up with a marketing strategy. This is going to affect your ad performance, your reach, how people refer you, your word of mouth. People will remember businesses that feel very distinct, very different now. You can't just sell candles. Have a catchy thing about your candles. I typically use this for some of my students when I was teaching the course. I created this Motown candle company example where we did candles Each candle theme was like a Motown song or a Motown lyric. And that was the name of the candle, right? That's not going to win anymore. You have to be very distinct. You have to be authentic in a way that you say one offer, one clear message at a time. You can definitely succeed, but to really move the needle, this is what you need to do. Because like I mentioned before, buyers don't move through the funnel the same way they did before. There's really not a funnel. The buyer's journey, I showed you the two sides. It's this big hairy ball. Some people think that, okay, people are going to discover you. Then they do some research and then they're going to convert quickly, right? No, people aren't behaving that way. Here's what's happening right now, what people are doing. They're lurking quietly for months. They could be. They consume the content, inconsistency. They're not looking at everything you put out, but they're consuming some of it. And they're searching for you on multiple platforms. They're looking at your website. They could be over there on TikTok looking at you. They could kind of find you on someone else's platform in a podcast. So they're searching multiple platforms. They're also asking AI questions. So get those facts and FAQs up on your website. They're looking at reviews. They're just comparing options just repeatedly, taking their time doing it. They're digging deeper because they want to validate and to make sure that you are who you say you are and that you're not a scam and that you're legit. Because right now out here, because AI is creating all this new stuff, so people have this discernment. Is this real? Is this fake? That's what's going on in a lot of people's head because AI is just generating so much stuff out there. The scams have increased. That means the trust has decreased. So you have to put out a bunch of stuff in various places so people can build back. It's what I like to call trust stacking. You got to stack that trust. They got to come over here to YouTube, see me here. They got to see me on TikTok or see me on Instagram Reels. They got to find me on somebody else's website. People will build trust in multiple tiny interactions. That's how people build it. Like I said, they see me on LinkedIn. They just heard me in a podcast. I did a speech at an event. I was on a panel. They watching my YouTube videos. They want to see a lot of that. And that's where you build up consistency over time. Just remember, people don't convert when you want them to convert. They'll convert when enough trust has accumulated. Conversions right now are delayed. Sales cycles that used to be 6 months are taking longer. Sometimes it's a referral from last year. That was happening even before AI. I would get a referral from like 2-3 years ago where they remembered me. So remember, memorability is important. Marketing is now more ecosystem-based than campaign-based. So you've got to create this ecosystem where people kind of go in and out, as opposed to you're launching a new product or launching a new service and making it very campaign-based. It used to be that way, but they got to come in and they got to see who you are. So that's why positioning matters more than ever. Execution is something that you can do. You can do that now with AI. That's the easy part. But positioning becomes a premium. Positioning is linked to your offer, to your message, who you are. In the past, good design stood out. A polished brand stood out. But today, anybody can create a good, polished looking brand. Anybody can create decent marketing right now because of AI. That means the differentiating test shifted. People now have to compete on perspective. They have to compete on expertise, specificity, the worldview, emotional resonance, and strategic clarity. That's what you're competing on now. It's perspective, it's position, it's your expertise. Businesses that are too broad, saying that they'll help everybody or they offer a quality service, that's not going to win people over. Just get rid of that noise and focus on really the perspective of the user. We care about our customers. Yes, you should. That's not a message anymore. That's not what we're going to talk about. The importance is really identifiable messaging. What makes you, you? What makes your brand? It is a recognizable voice. And just also understanding your category, what you're in, your ownership of that category. I know that people need to come to me and they need to be able to understand that who I work with. I work with a lot of service-based businesses. Here I do a little bit of product, but really it's service-based female founders who are, like I said, making $250,000 plus. The key insight is that your business is no longer competing for attention, right? You have to compete for memory. So much stuff out there. You gotta be memorable. Just remember that. So ask yourself, what are you known for emotionally? How do you make people feel? How does your brand make people feel? Not just what service you provide, but how do you make people feel? I've always wanted to be able to provide relief. I want people to feel relieved. People feel that they're on the right path. and they feel like confidence is. You got to remember how you made them feel, how you clearly can explain things, how specific your perspective is, who you're all about. So I know this has been a very long video, and I talked a lot about marketing and how marketing is becoming more of an ecosystem than a journey. I want to end with this because content is no longer just about promotions. It's really about trust. And if you have issues with it, if you need help with that, this is what I do. I help companies overcome some of this and help them find those new customers with the right messaging in the right way. I help them stop spinning their wheels and hand wringing because they think they should be doing something in marketing and they're not. A lot of businesses, they're overproducing all this content because now they can, but they're underdeveloping the position, like who they are. They're overwhelmed by these tactics, but they could be struggling with consistency. But it's really, what is the clear thing of who you are, your position? I have what I know as the revenue blueprint. What it is, it really strategically diagnoses what you should be doing and give you that marketing clear picture to help you align your revenue. And you don't have to be the loudest out there. You just have to be the clearest, the most trusted, and the most strategically aligned. And that's what I bring with my revenue blueprint. If you're interested in finding out more about the revenue blueprint, I'll put a link in the comments below. You can go to the landing page. You can learn more about it. It is a 2 to 3 week sprint where we really dive into what you should be doing in your business from a marketing standpoint, but how to drive that revenue. We're really focusing on revenue. So if you're interested in this, just reach out below and we can chat. Take care.